Hello, hello, my lovely collective. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Collective, we have the Mask and the River, the Crone and the Stone, poet, the Sustainer and the Heart. Collective. Well, I mean, the mask is the idea that you can't break off this image, this persona, this like whatever it is that you are carrying around, like, and like an identity almost, you know, because the mask, it embodies all of who you are. And the only way to break the mask off is to literally just fall flat on your face and say, fuck it. You know, like if this is what it takes to break this mask, to shatter out of this shit, then that's what I'll do. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, okay, you know what I mean? Bet. Because I think that the idea of the river, well, I mean, I know the idea of the river is that it's like seeing a reflection pass you by, you know, and it's kind of like, wait a second, that's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be going in that direction. You know what I mean? And I think that in order to do that, you need to just really, I don't know, because I don't even know if I'd really feel that like shattering so much as I do feel, as so much as it feels like a what's being left behind, you know, like an exiting of it. However, I don't know. So anyways, there's that. Then we have the stone and the crone. So I mean, anchored into something. I feel like knowing what you're anchored into and like why, because the idea of the stone is that like no matter how far down you float, like you're always going to be pulled back. And I feel like in life, you know, like we float down experiences, right? It's like, well, this is where I'm going now. This is where I'm going now. You know what I mean? It just kind of feels like this. But as you do that and you float out and you come back to yourself, and you float out and you come back to yourself, you know what I mean? But like when you float out around people who don't know you, especially if you're not comfortable with yourself. I won't say that you don't know yourself, because I think we all have an idea of who we are in general, you know what I mean? But we also all embody a manufactured status of ignorance when it comes to like actual self-awareness of like what it is that we're capable of, and what it is that, I mean, primarily that we're capable of, because from day one, you know, you're just constantly taught to, you know, trust everything and everyone way more than yourself. And so to really start to like try and walk down that path of like, okay, I need to trust myself right now. And I know what this, you know what I mean? Like, but this is me not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Because it's just kind of like, I have to trust myself. I can't trust the manufactured responses of manufactured people anymore. And like, no offense, not trying to be a dick, but that's not my problem, right? And I feel like you've just kind of been existing in this energy of like always having to come up with these like manufactured responses and manufactured things so that you could adhere to the manufactured society, you know, and the many cogs in that wheel and all of their variations. Because when you are, you know, adhering to those who adhere, then you're wearing a mask. You're not honoring your true self. And if your true self is a little bit of an asshole sometimes, well then fuck it, you're a little bit of an asshole sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, stop carrying that shame. Like, stop feeling like you're somehow a bad person. You know what I mean? It is not your job to make everyone happy. And that's just all there is to it, you know? But I feel like there's this idea of like, I got to step out and away from that, because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to come back to myself. And I learned everything that I needed to learn. There's no more here for me to you know what I mean? It's just kind of like I need to go in another direction. one that is anchored in me, one that does align with the knowledge and the skills that I have. You know, I mean, I just think the sustainer, the heart, it's something that you can sustain. It's something that you feel anchored in, because you can't sustain things that you don't resonate with. Do you know what I mean? Because like, you're either going to be irritated all the time, and that's going to lower your energy level, or I don't know. Maybe I have some gems with me tonight, because I just feel irritated, honestly. I feel that gem energy. But you know, I mean, I get it. I feel like you do though, like you get it. You know, it's like that idea of, I have to be somebody to all these people all the time, and I have to adhere to these expectations of adherers who, you know, like demand adherence, and like, I need to learn to trust myself and not give a fuck about people who get pissed off along the way, because they are not trusting themselves. You know what I mean? They are adhering to a society of adherence, you know, and even a society of adherence has in it the caveats of the boxes of the outside of adherence people. They're still a part of the system. You know what I mean? They're still a part of the adherence, because a well-informed game master understands the fact that there's like, you can't escape the dynamics of the human experience, you know, and it is an energy that everyone is experiencing. And so you have to still ensure that people are experiencing some form of this energy, right? Because it's an illusion. It's all an illusion. And I'm just on some shit, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just coming out. But it's like, you know, like, you can't exist in this illusion anymore, and you can't be held to the expectations of people who, like, why do you don't care? That's the point, is that you don't care. That's why you're irritated, because you don't. Why should I have to care? Got some Virgos in here too. Yes. Love. Because you shouldn't have to care. Because it's all manufactured and ready-made. Trust yourself. Period. End of story. And always and forever. And align yourself with people who can pick you up when you can't pick yourself up. You know what I mean? Like, align yourself with people who are strong enough to, like, carry that when it needs to be carried. Because we're not perfect, right? And that's okay. I don't think anybody expects perfection from you. I just think that it's, if anything, you've kind of felt like you've expected it from yourself, and you just can't please everyone. It's just, like, not possible. You know what I mean? Nor should you have to. I think that you're seeing things very differently. I feel like there's, I mean, hold up. There's the Empress, the Two of Wands and the King of Cups, and then the Page of Swords. But, you know, I feel like there's just this idea of really, I mean, for a lot of y'all, this could be a relationship, because I just feel like this idea of, like, the King of Cups in this deck is always like that drunken love vibe. So for some of y'all, I feel like you could be getting in a relationship, but I just feel protective. And part of that, like, protective energy, I think, is just in this, like, I just want to, like, I feel like if anybody's coming at y'all, like, I just want to, like, come back at them. You know what I mean? And just be like, listen, like, that, like, stop putting that shit on everybody. Like, that is some shit that you are, like, smearing on the wall. You know what I mean? Stop it. And I feel like you weren't comfortable enough to tell people to stop before. And now you're starting to just be like, you know what, fuck it. Because I'm not getting stuck in that. Nope. I'm feeling protective of what it is that I think you feel very grounded in. Whatever this thing is that's coming, like, it's something that you feel very connected to, because I feel like it's like a grounding point. You know, when you have people in your life and they ground you, you know what I mean? And you're like, I just need to see you today so that I feel grounded. You know what I mean? I think that there's a sense of groundedness that follows this irritation that I just got swept away in. Sorry, you guys. It was coming, so I'm just sharing. But anyways, I feel like it could be that you're signing a contract or you're signing a lease. I feel like some of y'all might be moving in with someone, you know, like you're just like taking your relationship to that next level. But I don't know, with the Hanged Man here and the Crone and the Stone, I feel like maybe it's something like there's almost an idea here of something that you were anchored in before, or like a part of yourself that you were anchored in before, where you're like, I've always been this person. I do have Virgos with me because it's like I've always been this person. It's just that I hid it because it got me in trouble. Right? And it's like, instead of hiding the part of you that gets you in trouble, use it when you need to use it, and stop giving a fuck and getting in the way of everything because you're irritated by it. Because why are you even in a situation where you have to do something like that? Do you know what I mean? And integrating your shadow and seeing that very differently, I think, in a way that allows you to step outside of this mask. Okay, we're going full circle now. Whew. But yeah, collective. I do feel like there are just some decisions being made. You're seeing things differently. You're making decisions accordingly. And you're protecting something that you're just like hella in love with. Whatever that is in life, you know? Let's see what else we can get for the collective. Sorry, it's fine. The World, the King of Wands, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups. Well, again, just ending something, ending this cycle of feeling like any type of way about any of that shit, and following your intuition to take you into, I just feel like it, I feel anchored in it. And I love that it's the Queen and the King, because it does feel like an elevated energy. You know what I mean? And it's just, I think, but I feel like it's an elevated energy with somebody that you're connected to, because there is an idea of really looking back and seeing things differently. I mean, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, the King of Wands, I just feel like there's this shift and this movement, and then some super stokage about something or someone. Take what resonates. And feeling really protective of it. I don't know, maybe because you've just been in this energy of irritation. And you know, it's true that like anytime we go through excuse me, anytime we go through anything in life, we have to go through that cycle, right? We have to like go through that experience in a way that really enables us to see it and understand it, you know, like in a sincere manner. Because again, energy is not one-dimensional, and relationships are not one-dimensional, and people are not one-dimensional. And so I feel like there's this sense of like, sometimes, I mean, I don't know, like maybe for some people to resonate of like, you don't know what you have until it's gone. like, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, but this person was my friend, or, you know, like, I really enjoyed that company and I didn't realize it until I went to this one and these people were shit. You know what I mean? Like, the pay's bad, or you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, whatever it was that you were like, whatever it was that you gave up, like, whatever it is that you went to, I feel like there's just this idea of like feeling really irritated in something. And looking back, I think that, you know, and again, the idea of justice ties into that, because it's just this idea of like, I guess if we're going to stick with the whole, you don't know what you have until it's gone, or you don't know what you've got until it's gone. It feels like if you left something for something else and you realize how like bad of a decision that was, you know what I mean? And you look back and you see things very differently. It feels like the only justice that can be found will be in bringing it back to center again, you know? If it's a relationship, you know, and it's like you guys parted ways and you did your thing, and it's like the whole time all you can think about is that other person, and you're just like, fuck, you know? Like, that's what that feels like. But I think that you're changing that because you're just tired. You're tired of feeling like you can't be your whole self. Like, I have to piece myself out, because for me to allow for my to integrate my shadow into who I am, so that I can, in a balanced way, you know, like, operate as a human being. If that offends you and upsets you, then you just need to get the fuck out of my presence, because I'm so done having petty judgments passed against me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels aggressive. And yet, like, such a release and such a freedom, and bringing justice to who you are, and pulling yourself back into you, so that you can align with people who are aligned with you. Okay, I love it. Let's do one last card and we'll call it a read. The Shapeshifter. Yeah, it does. It does. It feels like this is somebody that you already know and you're showing up differently. Or you're on the other side of the fence. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. These are general reads. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, somebody is showing up differently. And it's somebody who chose something else. And they were like, it's like, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. So you show up differently. In a way that's like so much more sincere to who you are. Because yes, because no. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this video does resonate. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.